this is a scratch game where you can collect uh, some things, and then you have an enemy chasing after you. And now we can check how this game works. So here we have a player that can be moved by using the arrows, and then we have an enemy that will stop the game if it catches up. So how to do a game like this? Here I have a project with this Croco character, and now I would like to make it so that I can click on the keys up, down, right and left to move my Croco. So we begin with brown events, and when green flag clicked, so it moves from the beginning of the game, and it will move forever. So here in yellow control forever. And after that, it has to test each key if it's pressed. So we need these if statements. So if some key is pressed, and we have 4 different keys, so we need 4 different tests. And here we can go to sensing and pick this key something pressed. We need all these 4. And then we can choose here which key. So I will start with up and then down arrow, right arrow and left arrow. How to move the character? We can go to this darker blue motion area. And to move characters, we can do it many ways, but I will be using coordinates. So to move upwards or downwards, we will be changing the y coordinate of our character. So we have this change y by 10, and I will put this under this up and down arrow. And to get down, we actually will be moving like backwards by minus 10. And then to move to the right or to the left, we can change x. And now we can go to the left by changing x by minus 10. I can now test my project. I can click on this green flag and press on different arrows, and my Croco will move. Now, my Croco is quite large, so here at the upper part of the web page, I can click on these arrows out or arrows in icons, and I can click on this Croco until it's a better size. Then I can pick some other character to be my like treasure, or I can collect something, for example, from the nature to protect it. So I can click on these things and find, for example, that kids have been playing soccer and have forgotten their soccer balls. So I can give this a name. This is my treasure, because I want to collect them away from the area. And these treasures can be found somewhere. So at the beginning of the game, we can set it to some random location. So in motion, we have this go to random position. After that, it has chosen some place, and it has to start waiting until Croco comes around and collects it. So in yellow control, we have this wait until something. And we can wait until it is touching Croco. And now, after it has been collected once, Croco will probably want to find some other ball or some different scrap thing, but I will be using this ball all the time. So there has to be some other treasure or something, and it will have to go to a random position and then wait until Croco comes to collect it. So, to make a game that will last forever, I can put a forever around both these blocks. So now I can test again, and every time once I've gone to the ball, it will choose some other place. So I will be collecting all these different balls that keep popping up. Now, to get points, I will go to this orange data and make a variable. So this will be called points now. At the beginning of the game, I will have to set points to 0, and then I will change points by 1 after each weight. So we have these points here on the stage area in the left upper corner, and now as I start the game, I get points each time I collect one ball. Now, I will need also an enemy for this game, so I will choose a new sprite. And I will be using fantasy characters. Here I have a character, and I will be naming it enemy. Now, my enemy is quite large, so it has quite a reach, and Croco would be caught immediately, so I will be shrinking it a bit. And now, what does an enemy do? It would have to chase after the player. So it will start that at the beginning of the game, and then it will chase forever. And here, so we don't actually have any one command for chasing, but how a chase actually works, so we have to first pick the right heading, so we will have to point towards the target, and once we are pointing in the right direction, we can move a bit in that direction and then change or set our heading again to the correct heading because the target can move. So in motion we have this point towards and point towards Croco, and after that we can move, for example, 10 steps. But 10 steps is really fast, so my enemy will be moving 3 steps. So I can test, and the enemy starts chasing after my Croco. But nothing happens if it actually catches up. So I will be doing another script here. It has to check from the beginning of the game if it has caught Croco. So it will wait until touching Croco. And once it's caught Croco, I will be ending this game quite suddenly, so we have this yellow stop all. And usually a game ends in a situation where the enemy has caught the player. So the new game would be starting from the same point, and that is quite problematic because you would get game over instantly. So I will be dragging these characters into some locations that I want to be their initial positions. So to give this Croco a command to go to this location at the beginning of the game, I will go to this blue motion and pick this go to X and Y and some values there. These values correspond with the location that it has been now dragged into. And I will be doing the same for the enemy, so go to X and Y, and I will be putting it here. And it has its own location here. Now, it could be that the enemy will pick its initial location and then instantly recognize that, okay, Croco hasn't gotten its initial location yet. So I will be putting this wait 1 second so that the program has time to move also Croco. It could be that it moves the enemy first. So here we have this game, I can test it. So I can get points by hitting these balls, and then if I touch the enemy, it has caught up to me and it will stop the game. To make it better, I will choose a background. From somewhere here. I think I had some kind of an... Okay, I can be at a pool. So here.